What's going down? Back with another Thor's Thoughts. I'm Thor. It's been a minute. God, I haven't done a Thor's Thoughts in like over a month. There's been plenty to do Thor's Thoughts on. We've been doing it on the main show, or we've been doing our new faked out trailer reactions. But like I said, I'm Thor. Special guest with me, Chad, in the house.
What's
rocking
up?
the fresh Black Panther t-shirt with the classic Black Panther costume on it. I love it. I love it. We just got back from seeing Black Panther. So this is Thor's Thoughts, Black Panther first reactions, or initial reactions, whatever you want to call it.
No spoilers?
No, spoilers. Fuck it. Spoilers aplenty. I throw up the spoiler alert, but this is live, so I can't do things of that nature.
That's true.
I can only do that when I'm editing post-production. Not doing that. So, just getting back, just still kind of processing the movie. It's a lot to take in. It's a very good movie. It's a very well done movie. Visually stunning. The direction was amazing. The world building was amazing. The characters were amazing. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about this, but I will say something bad right here. The end fight was a little CGI heavy for me, and not all the CGI was great. Like, I didn't love the CGI at the end fight scene between Killmonger and Black Panther was not fantastic. And it was probably the most CGI heavy
On the train track thing?
on the train track thing. Yep. Yep. Because they fight in the Wakanda vibranium mines on the train track at the end. Now I know we jumped all the way to the end, but really that was one of the only things I didn't like, except that and I did not like how they killed Claw. Ulysses S. Claw. Andy Serkis is just getting done dirty by Disney and Marvel. Like, come on, Snoke dead, Claw dead, both underutilized. Argument could be made for. But yeah, I mean, really, other than that, I can't say there was a lot I hated about this. I loved Suri, right? His sister.
Yeah.
She was dope. What'd you kind of like about the movie? I'm kind of rambling on like usual.
No, I agree. It was visually, it was unbelievable. It
Was
well done. A lot of stuff to see. There's a lot of visual effects, but I do agree that end fight scene on the tracks was a little shaky. I know I get that the thing was supposed to be dampening
their suits and stuff like that, but yeah, and there were even some parts where they were
so
fully
dark.
suited up. Yeah, I wasn't, like I said, the fight scenes in this movie are good, and there's a lot of great action sequences in this movie, but it is very CGI heavier than I thought it would be, and compared to most, that's weird to say compared to most Marvel movies. Look at like Guardians of the Galaxy, full CGI, Thor Ragnarok, but I don't know if it wasn't just maybe done better in those aspects, or since this was such a grounded movie in Wakanda, that maybe that's kind of why it took me out a little bit. But I'm being super nitpicky here. Killmonger is a good villain. The way they set it up,
Yeah.
the way they set up the conflict between him and T'Challa, getting to see the opening sequence of T'Challa actually taking the throne and claiming the throne, and then they kind of tell the story right when the movie opens. They kind of tell the story about how Wakanda formed and the 5 tribes, and then how 4 kind of decided to work together. One went off to live in the mountains. I don't remember the name of the tribe that went to live in the mountains, but they were like the monkey tribe or whatever. You know what I mean? The gorilla tribe, and they play a pivotal role throughout the movie, realistically, because they're the only one to challenge T'Challa, the king of the gorilla tribe. Challenges T'Challa for the throne of Wakanda, and he loses. That's how T'Challa initially takes the throne, but then Killmonger comes in and like re-challenges him because he's got that royal blood. And then that was probably my favorite fight scene, was actually the one where he loses.
Yeah.
And they're fighting in the water, and you really get to see him, and he takes off. He's talking about all the killing he's done and kind of his motivations for being there. And then to see him just work T'Challa like that was unexpected. You know what I mean? Although it really classically reminded me of a Batman story, because what happens with Batman? Batman always loses, right? He gets beat, and then he comes back and he whoops ass because he's Batman. And T'Challa is kind of like the Marvel Batman. I mean, richer, more powerful, better gadgets. Lives in Africa. Has a family. He's not a recluse who's kind of crazy. So there's a lot of differences too. Don't get me wrong, but hidden hideout, he does, but his is like a whole city. He doesn't just have a cave and like a basement.
Right.
He's got like a legit city sitting on the world's richest metal, which is pretty impressive.
Giant bat cave.
It is. It is a kind of a giant bat cave, and the whole part of the struggle in this movie is really between different factions inside Wakanda, whether Wakanda should stay closed off to itself or if it should really start to help the world at hand. And a lot of that is building towards, I think Infinity War. You know what I mean? In a roundabout kind of way, And we'll talk maybe about the end sequences, the end credit scenes here at the end. Was there anything you didn't like about the movie?
Well, I agree on the end fight scene. It was too dark. It was, and it's like they're trying to hide it almost. I don't know, but no, I liked it. His sister was funny. His sister was my favorite part.
His little sister was dope. Same with the guards, like the general and his like personal guard. I cannot remember the name for the life of me, but they were awesome.
Badass.
And honestly, the battle rhinos, those were super cool. Like I love the battle rhino parts. Just kind of really, there was a lot. This movie, in some ways, felt slow at points, but it would slow down just enough, and then right when you feel like, are we getting too slow, it would kick up a notch again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was obvious like he was gonna come back when he was like covered in the snow, and it was cool that they actually really showed you how the Black Panther gets his powers with that flower, and they make it into a drink, and he drinks it, and that's how he has the heightened strength and senses. It's almost like a Cap superhuman formula. That they can control, because every time they do the challenge for the king, they actually take the power away from him.
So it's an equal fight.
Yeah, and that was really cool. An even fight. Yeah, but that was really cool to see, like, them explain the power behind it. And then, the way she would manipulate the technology to really, help T'Challa and the rest of the crew was phenomenal.
Yeah, the whole scene where she shows him the new suit.
Yeah, it was almost like a Q in James Bond scene where they're walking through the the laboratory, showing him all the neat new tricks and the neat suit, and he's like, strike it, and he strikes it. He's like, not that hard, Well, you didn't tell me how hard to strike it, and then she's like, strike it again, and then she hits the power,
Hey, are you recording?
Well, because this new suit absorbs power, and then you can take it and you can redistribute it the way you want to. So it
stores the kinetic energy.
Yep, it was super well done. It was a super well done movie. Like I said, I really enjoyed a lot of the aspects of the movie. There was definitely some social undertones, or not so subtle social undertones to this movie that will definitely be discussed, not here on this video or on this channel, but in other places, and I'm sure on social media to a nauseating extent. But overall, I'm gonna give this movie a solid A+. I mean, I want to see this movie again. As soon as it got over, I was like, let's go. I'm ready for a second viewing. Is there one at 10:30? And then I remembered I have work in the morning and I need to do this video, and I was like, yeah, I gotta leave. But I will be seeing it again, hopefully sometime this weekend. It's a long President's Day weekend. This movie's gonna make a boatload of money. I mean, literally, they're just gonna be backing up dump trucks at Disney for as long as they want. So, what would you give it for a grade?
What did you say?
I said A+. For me, it's an A+ movie. It's an A+.
I give it a solid A.
The problems I have are super nitpicky. The way it's such a finite story, but fits perfectly into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because I'm worried about Xfinity War. That's a different story. I'm worried about Infinity War, the next Marvel Cinematic Universe that literally comes out in like 6 weeks. Too many characters. I'm really, really worried about that. So for this to be a finite story and to be done so well was really what I wanted it to be, and it was exactly, what I hoped it was. I had high expectations walking in, and I would say this movie met and in some places exceeded my expectations. And some places it didn't meet my expectations, but those were so minor that it didn't bother me. The final the end credit scenes, one really ties into Infinity War, and the other one, if you think about it, does too. The first one is him talking to the United Nations. Wakanda's not going to hide in the shadows. We're pretty much, we need to be one village, like the humans. And that's, I think, one tribe. What did I say? One village? One tribe. Because obviously Thanos is coming and space evilness is coming. And we really have to come together, not only the warring factions of the superheroes from the Civil War, but the human race as well, to kind of battle what's coming for us. And then the second one was Bucky.
That guy, the comment, excuse me, your
Oh yeah. The United Nations was like, what can a nation of farmers do for the world, or something like that.
No offense, but what could a nation of farmers do for us?
A third world nation, and it was just like, just wait on it. But then the second one was Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes.
Oh yeah, little kids.
And the little kids are like standing over him, and they run out, and was it the sister? Yeah, it was the sister.
Yep, it was
and she's like, quit messing with him, and they call him White Wolf.
Yeah,
which I thought was dope. I thought that was really cool. And then he comes out still missing the arm, and he's got on almost like Irish, because it was like red and checkered. It was but it was like a Wakanda dress.
Style, yeah.
And she's like, how's it going, Mr. Barnes, or Private Barnes, or Captain Barnes, Sergeant Barnes? There you go, memories. I don't have them. But then he goes, call me Bucky, which was interesting, because you definitely can see that Shuri took whatever control was probably left in him, and they finally undid everything. Yep. So now he's ready to roll to become the next Captain America, possibly, but definitely have a giant role coming up. And then it was literally Black Panther will be back in Infinity War, movie over, and we're out of there. So
and the fact that it's the little sister working with Bucky,
I would love to see her become Iron Man.
Well, I'm just saying the fact that she's working with him and he still doesn't have his arm, I guarantee he has it up.
Oh, she's going to make him a sick arm.
Yeah.
But I would love to see her take over the Iron Man mantle. If Robert Downey Jr. steps away or something happens to him, I would love for her to become Iron Man.
She's the
a lot of people talking about it, so I'm not special here. I definitely, you can accuse me of stealing that from somewhere. I don't even care. I love the take. It's not a hot take. It's just a recycled take. But no, like, give me more of this. I can't wait. As trepidatious as I am for Infinity War, I am hella excited, and this movie did nothing to temper my excitement for going forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A from him, A+ from me. Tell us what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, Baseboy Banner. I always got things going on. Check it out. There'll be some other videos. Maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, maybe there. You know what to do. Deuces.